no. This should be just fine, John. All right. Jerry Supernal out of San Jose, up on that front row on the outside. The 17 of Brandon Christensen out of Discovery Bay. Matt Sotomayor in the number 63, trying to make it a perfect night tonight. On the outside, Joe Willoughby in the 6J. 77 of Derek Dragonetti, Renee Skelton in the 69. All right, they're buzzing away. There goes Sotomayor, right down the middle through the rough stuff. Sotomayor pulls it out in front. Casillas in that, trying to make for that second spot, trying to get around the outside of Christensen. Rene Casillas. Christensen up on two wheels, but still back on track. Wild ride. We got another car up against the fence. It looks like the 22X. It certainly is. The 22X of Ryan Weibel. Nailed that wall back there. Getting off track. Okay, the 14X. We still haven't got it right. Jimmy Corrin in the white 14X who went out on the hook. I'll get this one right. The next show. All right, 2x2. We've got a green flag. Skelton and Sotomayor in through the corner. Skelton going through the rough stuff. Sotomayor on the high side, taking a smoother line out off the corner down the back chute. Into turns 3 and 4. Sotomayor out in front. Skelton with Jared Kuntz in that third position. Willoughby in fourth. Derek Dragonetti fifth. Christensen sixth. Drew Williams seventh. Gallagher eighth. Brandon Leonard in the number 2. Back there. Tire going on to Christensen's car. Tire over the wall up against the Cyclone fence out there. Brandon Christensen bringing out the yellow flag in the number 17. Now is when you want a four-wheel drive on a track like this. All right. Got himself the green. Sotomayor grabbed the gears. He leads them into turns 1 and 2. Down the back chute is Matt Sotomayor, Renee Skelton, Grant Kuntz, Joe Willoughby, Derek Dragonetti, Robert Gallagher, Drew Williams, Brandon Leonard in the 2. The 11 of Jerry Newmont. All right, they're starting to spread themselves out. Sotomayor still holding on that front spot. Now the battle for second place between Grant Kuntz and Renee Skelton. Renee holding her own. Gallagher now going around the outside, trying to get by Derek Dragonetti. He does it. Gallagher now moves in, looks up on Joe Willoughby, tries to get by. He takes the bottom, goes inside of turns 3 and 4. Makes a pass on Willoughby. Tries to hold up, draws up to the rough stuff and hangs on. Gallagher now in 4th position as Grant Kuntz now gets by Renee Skelton on lap number 7. Kuntz now into 2nd place, trying to run down Matt Sotomayor. Sotomayor with about a 4 or 5 car lead. Gallagher working his way to the front. Everybody trying to hang on. Sean Markley now starting to smoke in the number 24. He may be having a problem coming up. In the meantime, it's Matt Sotomayor, Grant Kuntz, Renee Skelton, Robert Gallagher, Joe Willoughby, Derek Dragonetti, Brandon Leonard, Drew Williams, Sean Markley, Adrian D'Souza. Leader comes around again. They're coming up on slower traffic. Which way is he going to go? Sotomayor goes to the bottom. Gets underneath the 12 and the 22X of Weibel. Now coming up on the 40 of Al Eaton. Sotomayor roughing it through the hard stuff there. And he goes down, goes to the inside of Al Eaton. He gets by Eaton, puts another car between himself and Grant Kuntz. Kuntz now moving in on him, trying to maneuver his way through slower traffic as well. Skelton staying right on the tail of Grant Kuntz. Now there's a car between Kuntz and Skelton. Eaton moves over. Skelton moves up underneath and still hang on to third place, but has lost some distance to Grant Kuntz. Renee Skelton goes off track, loses a ton of positions, tries to get back on, but she's almost a straightaway gone. Runs into some slower traffic. Pulls way back. It's now a two-car race between Matt Sotomayor and Grant Kuntz. Gallagher almost a straightaway back. 13 down, 7 laps to go. Matt Sotomayor, Grant Kuntz, in that 1 and 2 position. Kuntz making his way through the traffic. Getting by this, going underneath Paul Thornburn on the number 73. Stays down on the bottom, down the back chute. Coming up on Adrian D'Souza, the number 22. D'Souza holding her line. Sotomayor bounces his way through the middle of turns 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway, completing lap 14. Sotomayor goes to the inside of D'Souza. In the meantime, Kuntz has picked up some ground on him as Sotomayor has been bouncing away through the turns, staying in the middle of the rough stuff, not having a good time of it as it comes out. Grant Kuntz gaining on him now. Sotomayor needs to find some smooth ground if he's going to hang on to that lead. With a little bit of open ground, it's Matt Sotomayor, Grant Kuntz. 15 down, 5 to go. Coming back around. Coming up on the 5th place car, Derek Dragonetti. Grant Kuntz passed all but the top 5 cars. He's moving up on them. Sotomayor, Kuntz. 2 most dominant cars. Dragonetti now trying to save that position from being lapped. Moves to the inside of Willoughby. Makes some contact with the 12. Gets by him. 1 more lap to go for Matt Sotomayor. Sotomayor down on the bottom. Kuntz now trying to find some way. Dances across the center of 1 and 2 as they diamond the track. Sotomayor stays to the inside, down around the bottom, and they come around for the checkered flag. It's Grant Kuntz trying to chase down Matt Sotomayor. It's Matt Sotomayor winning it, making it a clean sweep night for himself. The young man from Watsonville winning his first main event this year for 2009.
Matt will bring it back around. We'll get a short interview. We do want to thank everybody for coming out this evening. We do want to remind everybody that the program you've seen was put on by professional race car drivers in a controlled environment. We ask that on your way home, you not emulate these drivers, as we sure would like to see you back here next Friday night for the American Stocks, the 4-bangers, the late models, the Micro 600s, and the IMCA Modifieds. We'll all be right back here next Friday night. And until then, as you go out, remember, have a good evening, drive safe. If you've been drinking, please don't drive, as I will be out on the highway very shortly. Matt Sotomayor out of the car. Tony, you'll out there get a few words with him, and we'll call it a night.
All right, dude. Was that rough, Matt?
Really rough, yeah.
Looking for a line everywhere? Stand over here a minute. You're looking where I could see you. You kept trying to find yourself a smooth line, but you had a lot of difficulty there. A few times, Grant almost got you.
Yeah, I heard him on the inside of me. It was just a lot of lap traffic, just all in the lane we all wanted to be in. And just kind of had to pick your way through the ruts and hope you got through it.
How were you able to make it through some of those ruts? Because you were right down in the heart of that stuff.
I have no idea. I mean, my dad built me a great car. I don't know. It just managed to go through them all.
All right, who else do you want to say thanks to because of your dad?
I got my Uncle Alfred and Dennis out in the pits. There's my dad right there. I got 4 dedicated fans up there. I don't know. A lot of my friends came here tonight, too. It was nice to win it all.
You got your